Hello everyone and welcome back. Ooh, that was a cool noise. Welcome back to Make Your Mind. This is the latest of my Saturday night sculpture showcases. Thank you all for tuning in. This one is going to be the first of two. And as you saw in my earlier videos that I did last week, I talked about the two sculptures I'll be doing. So without further ado, let me go ahead and do a little intro to the first one. Now, for those of you who have seen Jurassic World, and many of you have, this dinosaur, or I should say this hybrid, is the main antagonist. Without further ado, may I introduce the untamable lizard, also known as the Indominus Rex. That was a couple of her sounds. Check her out. Look at this. Man, this took a while. But if you saw my preview video where I had started making these, if you hadn't seen that yet, you can click right up here if you want to. But this is the end result. This is what it turned to be. Let me turn her head a little bit. Look at those jaws. Look at that. As you can see, the Indominus Rex is, as of course Mr. Masrani says in Jurassic World, he says, "Oh, it's white. No one ever told me it was white." And it's this pale white, but in fact, the Indominus Rex does not necessarily have a primary color. I mean, this is where we normally see the Indominus Rex mainly as white or pale or even gray. But the Indominus Rex has the ability to camouflage thanks to many of the genes that was spliced into its body, into its DNA. Because once again, this is a hybrid. This is not a typical dinosaur. Let me go ahead and take her off the pedestal here so I can show her off. As you can see, she has these massive jaws that open up, and I got her red eyes right there. Look at that. Oh, come on, camera, zoom in. There we go. I got her red eyes right there, with her teeth that actually protrude outside of her mouth, which is very different from some of the other carnivorous dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, like Rexy, for example. Like Rexy, her teeth are actually, they can be closed within lips, whereas the Indominus Rex, they're exposed on the outside, almost like a crocodile. As you can see, Indominus Rex has these spines that go all the way down its body. And that's because one of the genes that is spliced into it is the gene of the Ankylosaurus. So it actually has these armored plates that help to protect it. I mean, as if this creature needs any protecting. And as you can see, I also put some armor plates on the legs. There's also some hairs on it. As you can see, the hairs on the back of the neck there. And I put some on the other side as well. And then with the feet and the claws, as you can see, unlike the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Indominus Rex has these really massive claws with these huge fingers. And they can essentially, because in the movie, if you see, she actually grabs and tears with these things, and she uses them to great effect, basically rampaging through all of Jurassic World. And then, of course, this giant mouth with those teeth. Good night. That is amazing. And of course, it got those red eyes. Can't help but look at that. That's so cool looking. But yeah, the creatures that were actually spliced into the Indominus Rex. Let me go ahead and put you back on the pedestal, big girl. There we go. Put you down there. Also, I added a little detail, if you can see on these the toes here. I have the middle toe is actually a little bit longer than the other one, or than the other two on each foot. Let me bend her head up like that. There we go. Look at that. Bring the tail down a little bit. There we go. That's a look. That's so cool. But yeah, essentially the Indominus Rex, I mean, of all the things, here's some little tidbits from the wiki. The The Indominus Rex was the main antagonist of the Jurassic World film and the secondary antagonist of the first season of the Netflix series Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I believe that was a kids' show. In the film Jurassic World, it is the latest attraction. And I don't know if you remember in the movie, but Claire talked about Verizon presents the Indominus Rex. So Verizon Wireless was going to sponsor this creature, which I find that very hilarious. But the hybrid was created by modifying the genome of a Tyrannosaurus rex base with the DNA of various other animals, such as the known species that were included were Velociraptors, Carnotaurus, Giganotosaurus, Majungasaurus, Rugops, Piscinosaurus, Kiliemasaurus, Viavenator, and Deinonychus, and Therizinosaurus, as well as modern animals such as pit vipers, tree frogs, and even cuttlefish. Now, the tree frogs essentially give it the ability to, I can't remember off the top of my head what the tree frogs do. I know he says it in the film. I'm kind of giving a brain fart on that. But I know the cuttlefish actually helps it to, it has basically pigments, which are little cells that open and close, and they get darker or lighter, which allows this creature to camouflage. Oh yeah, the tree frog it basically allows to regulate its body temperature, and it can lower its body temperature down to where it cannot be seen with infrared sensors. That's what it was. Because there's the scene, if you remember in the movie, where they look in the cameras, and I just noticed something. Her teeth fell down a little bit. Here's one of the. I know one of my viewers was asking what sort of tools I use. This is one of them. I think I pushed my thumb in, and I got her teeth bent outward like that. There we go, that's better. Yeah, this is actually one of the tools that I use. I got this tool with the Van Curter baking clay kit that I got. If you want to see what that kit is, I actually did a review of that. You can click the link right up there. And I use this as a pick to sort of pick and make certain holes, like the eye holes and things like that. And then to make these sort of indents, as you can see in her head, I actually used this little ball part. I actually took it in there and rolled that in there. So occasionally I will use tools if I'm looking to get a specific thing, but the one thing I did not use in this was any armature. There's no wires holding this thing in. Oops, sorry girl. Keep hitting you with my hand. There we go. And I basically had to hand roll each one of the teeth, each one of the spines individually. It goes all the way down her body. And, man, let's see, look at those claws. Look at those hands again. Look at that. Look at those hands. Holy cow. It's freaking massive claws. Freaking scene where she uses those claws to grab in, and she scratches the back leg of that Ankylosaurus and then basically crushes its head. That is just one of the coolest. It's one of the most visceral scenes as well. Because the Indominus Rex, of course, was raised in captivity in the movie. And when she was released from her cage, she had never seen anything outside of that cage, which is terrible. So there's almost kind of a sad irony for the Indominus Rex. I mean, it was a creature that, it was a superior predator, but it didn't have any experiences. The only experience it had was inside of that cage being fed by a crane, essentially. Didn't have any siblings. Well, at least it didn't afterward, considering that she ate one of them, or she ate the only other one. And, yeah, the Indominus Rex, a lonely beast. Lonely beast indeed. Oops, sorry girl, one of your teeth fell out. See, this is what I had to do. I have to roll her teeth individually, flatten the one end, and then very carefully place it back on her mouth and then straighten it out, just like that. And there we go. Now her tooth's back. But yeah, this was one of the... When I first heard that they were going to be doing dinosaur hybrids, I kind of thought they were going to get ridiculous, but... when this movie came out in 2015, I was pleasantly surprised. The Indominus Rex is one of the coolest looking dinosaurs, at least one of the coolest looking dinosaur hybrids, and it really does beg the question, like, what would happen if dinosaurs were allowed to evolve? And would they evolve into predators and eventually super predators? And this could have easily had actually happened. Could have happened in real life. You never know. I mean, could there be something like the Indominus, like something close to the Indominus Rex out there, and we maybe haven't discovered it yet? At least, of course, in fossil form. But imagine that, something as big as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but a little bit more, just more formidable. But here, just to share the screen here, I've got Indominus, and I have Rexy. The big girls. That was such an awesome scene, seeing Rexy fight the Indominus, and the Indominus was beginning. It was basically winning the fight in the beginning, and then eventually when Blue got involved, that was when the fight really changed a turn. And that was such a cool fight to see Rexy come back and really put a wallop on there. Yeah, but there's old Rexy. If you want to see the video that I did of Rexy, you can click the link right up there to go see that. And this was an awesome sculpture, because like I said, I've been a big fan of Jurassic Park ever since I was about 2 years old when the movie first came out. And yeah, making Rexy was cool. But then seeing where they've been going with these dinosaur hybrids, it's really amazing to see where they're going, and of course what we have in store in the future with the third movie. But basically what's going to happen next, I will be having another premiere, which will be coming up very soon, coming up today. So check it out, and that's going to be of the next step in the evolution of the Indominus genome. And just to show you, I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. That's all I'm going to show so far. But stay tuned for the next video, which indeed is going to be the smaller and more tactical and tactile sibling of the Indominus Rex, which is the Indoraptor. Basically the militarized version, the first militarized dinosaur, I would say. But once again, if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to leave a comment down below, leave a like, and remember to subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications, so you don't miss the next video. I'm going to be having some more premieres coming, so just stay tuned for those. I basically post videos every Saturday, and for those of you who are curious, I have an Instagram for this page. It is MYM Official. I will leave a link down in the description below where you can check out my Instagram, and I will post pictures of the previews ahead of time, so you can actually get a sneak peek as to what these look like. And for those of you who are curious, or you could just wait till Saturday when the full video comes out. So with that, thank you all so much for watching this video. And I will see all of you on the next sculpture showcase, which is coming soon. And that is the Indoraptor.